Always test your products. Always test your stuff. Believe in what you sell. Do not sell anything that you don't believe in. They used to try to make me sell stuff at our hotel, and they used to threaten to fire us, but all of us knew they wouldn't be able to fire us because they wouldn't be able to operate the spa without us. So we wouldn't sell the product. So they pulled it. So we only sold what we knew worked. And is that her? Yeah, I used to come here and teach with her. So I used to come here and teach with her back like 6 years ago. So I've been out here for almost 7 years. So like 6-7 years ago, I was her assistant. And I would go around and go to different schools and teach about what actually became RED method now. Used to be RAW, RA for men. So you have to earn your dues. So don't be afraid of that. Like, just work hard. Don't do anything outside of your scope of practice. If you don't know something, find out or refer out. People will respect you more. Don't try to do something just to make a quota or to make money. Because number one, you'll lose respect for yourself and potentially ruin your career. So don't do that. Okay? The way I talk to my guys, don't call me and want to work for me and know nothing about what I do. Write a cover letter with every resume you send in. Express how you can help me. It's not how you can help yourself. What I need to know is how you can help me. If you're applying for a place like mine or somewhere else, we don't want to know what we can do for you. We want to know what you can do for us. How you want to add to the business, because we want you to contribute to it. Okay? So be aware. But all the men that I came into contact with when I was working for Louisa wanted to know where I worked, what I did. They would listen to everything I said. They would buy everything I told them to buy, no matter where we were at, on location, at whatever spa. I was just very good at working with men, and so I realized there was a niche market for it, and that's why I ended up opening my spa, We Do Men. So, but my background is massage, aesthetics, medical aesthetics, laser, and I was an educator for RED method. So I call myself ambassador for ManHandlers everywhere. So, because I decided to create a niche market that really wasn't existing much at the time. I created my business back in 2012. So I call it a male concept spa because a concept is a constant testing ground, always changing. All right, come in. Don't be scared. I would shake your hand, but we'll fist bump or something?
Sure.
I'm Stacey. Nice to meet you. My face was peeling off, and I was using a Rhonda Post peel kit from National Laser, and she canceled our interview and told me to meet like an hour later at a different Starbucks. And I was like, okay. And then she later told me if I would have bitched about that, I would never have gotten a job. But then when I sat down, we're talking about stuff, and she goes, "What's your sign?" I'm like, "I'm an Aries." She goes, "I like that. I'm gonna write that down." And she would always tell me, "You know, you got the job out of all these people." And I'm like, "I hear you. You don't have to tell me." And I call her boss lady, and she's like, "Don't call me that." And I call her Lulu. It's what her husband calls her. I call her Lulu. Lou or Lulu. Husband calls her Mike. Her husband Mike. And so when I took over my business, I was like, you have to be a boss to work with men, so I'm gonna be a boss lady. And so I literally branded myself the boss lady. Now everybody knows me as Boss Lady Stacey or ManHandler. So even my mail comes boss lady. Most people don't even know my name anymore. So when I send text messages, I say Boss Lady Stace, so at least they know my first name, ish, my nickname of my first name. So at least I got something. But I branded that, I just kept consistently using it. I'm the boss lady, I'm the boss lady, I'm the boss lady, I'm the boss lady, boss lady on my card, boss lady, boss lady, boss lady. Everybody knows me as boss lady. Okay, retail. Don't give a crap about what anybody else is doing. Don't look at Instagram, don't do this, don't do that. Everybody's own success is defined a lot of shit behind the scenes. It's not actually what's happening, okay? So don't give a crap about what everybody else is doing, do your own damn thing. If you have an idea of how you want to do retail, have like a theme. So let me give you an example. At my place, have you ever heard of the concept of 80-20 Pareto principle? Yes? It's a business principle that you can use to all aspects of your life. So say for your closet, you wear 20% of your clothes, 80% of your time. If you don't believe that, do laundry, put all your stuff to the side and test it again. Yeah, 80%, 20% of your friends provide 80% of your happiness. So the rest of them, just get rid of them. They suck. 20% of my clients provide 80% of my revenue. So guess what you do? You pay more attention to that 20%. So in my business, in my retail, I have a couple of rules. The 80-20 principle. So I strive for the top 20% of products I find on the market that I think are quality. It means they're not go green, perfect, hippie, chic. That's not my theme. Perfection to me is a false reality. There's always a new ingredient that comes out every other day that says, oh, it's now bad for you. It's a reality you cannot actually attain. So I strive for the top 20%. So that every man doesn't have to do any research when he comes into my facility. He can just trust that I've made the right decision for him, and he just has to use it. So let me segue really quick. Quick backstory on why I'm called We Do Men. Massage was my first career. How many of you have heard the term happy ending? How many of you are sick of it? Right? The reason being, and this is what we're going to talk about with the no fucks given here, and pardon me, I like to say I give a lot of fucks, meaning I give a shit. So all my fucks are positive fucks, okay? So I love all of you. Enjoy my mouth. And then you can cleanse yourself later, okay? So it's called We Do Men for a reason, because the American language, if we think of balls, what's kind of the first thing we go to, right? We kind of think of something dirty before we laugh a little bit before we go, what kind of balls? Right? It's just our mentality. We always go to a weird place before something's deciphered. Same thing with physical touch. When we're touched, and many of you have probably experienced this because massage was my first career, your body has to figure out if it's a sexual touch or a non-sexual touch. And until it figures that out, you'll get excited. You can get aroused. And then your body goes, wait, no, this is a non-sexual touch. This is a normal touch. This is therapeutic touch. So that's very interesting in our career. So be very careful what you do and how you do it and how light you are. So I always tell her when she does her facials, I was like, be aggressive. Manhandle literally means to handle roughly, which is why I call myself the manhandler and the art of manhandling. Because some people were saying, her facial was a little sensual. And I was like, slap them. Like, get aggressive with them. Don't be all light and fluffy with guys. You gotta be aggressive. They have to know that you are the boss when you're working on them, okay? They're trying to make, like, you wouldn't believe how many men call to get full body shaves. So I have this whole thing that I call shave your own shit. If you can see it, you can shave it. If you can hold it, you can shave it. If you can't, find somebody, pay somebody to do something, help you out. But it's not gonna be me. They charge an inconvenience fee at laser school to shave you. It's inconvenient. This is the only thing that's hard to shave for all of us. we're like this in the shower. Where's a mirror? I need a mirror. It looks beautiful. That's what we do. I have this thing when I do lasering. I don't do it. I do it sometimes with gynecologists, but on lasering, I would make them laugh, and I go, "How does my vagina look today? Is she depressed? Does she need a facelift? She needs to be happier. How is she compared to all the other vaginas yours? Like, does she need coffee? Like, and they're just like, shut up, Stacy. We're trying to laser you, and I'm like, what? It hurts. I'm just trying to distract myself. But I always like crack jokes about how's my vagina compared to everybody else. Give it a number, rate it. No babies. Yeah. Yeah. So shaves. Okay. So manicures, pedicures, shaves, waxing, shaves and cuts, like just men's barbering kind of thing. And then, but massage is kind of up there too on that second and third tier. I always say that skincare is always on the shit list of that list. We're always kind of at the bottom, but it's now becoming, it's rising. We're coming up. Now we're kind of all coming up kind of on the same level, except for manicures, pedicures, and the full body shave and waxing. That's just still like at the top. And you're just like, I'm gonna do that. So be aware. Be aware. So when I do a consultation on them, and this is with women too, so you can apply all of this stuff to women as well. When I do a consultation on them, I go, what do you use? I don't know. Think. What do you use? What's your bottle? What are you using on your hair? And they start sweating when I talk to them. I was like, what are you using on your underarms? Are you using shampoo, conditioner, all in one or the other? Body soap, liquid body wash. Are you using a puff? Using your hands? What do you like? I go through everything. I have actually had doctors come in and say I have more intimate paperwork than they have in their entire medical practice. So you guys are like, what is this? And I'm like, when was your last PMS? Like, when was your last period? All right, okay, how many children do you have? No, I'm just asking every question possible because you have to dissect their personality. So they'll go in the store, they'll grab something, they don't know what it is. If they operate like that in life, it's just sad. They don't even know what they're using on their face, they're not taking any care, they're not paying attention. Same can go for you. What are you using on your face? What are you doing? Pay attention. Life's short, pay attention. Enjoy what you're doing, because if you're not enjoying it, then what's the point? So I'll be like, what color is the bottle? And I'll be like, white. I'm like, well, where'd you get it? CVS. Hashtag hopeless. Got it. Okay. Sometimes they'll be like, it's white. I'm like, is that the bottle or the liquid? No, the liquid's clear, the bottle's white. All right, we're making progress. We're down to 5 million bottles. Okay. Do you use conditioner? Yes, like men use shampoo way more than conditioner. So they'll like shampoo every day and then use conditioner maybe once a week. Body wash, just to say, is it done? Is it for men? Yes, it's done for men. Cool. Do you change your puff? Yes. How often? I don't know. Once a year? When it falls apart, I'm like, let me save you some trouble. Go to Target, go to the puff section, buy 1 puff, buy 4 puffs. If you're even ambitious, buy 6. Grab your cell phone, put it in your calendar, time to change my puff. And when that comes up, guess what? You got a puff throw away, you got a whole bag of puffs underneath your sink. Problem solved. It's a puff extravaganza. In your industry, how many of you are introverts? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're an introvert. Because you have to. Okay? You are going to have so much of a harder time, right? I know I'm sweating. You're going to have so much of a harder time, but you will develop, and things will happen to you along the way that will just make you feel so much more empowered. Because the more you help people, the better you'll feel. But you'll get to a point where you're like, I don't give a shit anymore. That person can just kiss me, right? So, you have to operate your business like a boss. So nobody fucks with you. So when you're doing stuff, you talk and you stand and you project yourself in a way where you are the person in charge. You are the person that cannot be messed with at all. Okay? Can't be messed with at all. Nobody's going to say anything to you. Nobody's going to ask you for something disturbing, or nobody's going to shift their sheet or something like that, right? So you operate from a standpoint of like, I got you, this is what you need, this is what's happening, and it's like this no fucks given mentality, but it's like confidence in the way you speak. If you hesitate, if you're hesitating, and you're quiet, and your voice is like shaky, people will take advantage of you, a woman and a man. You have to be like, this is the case. If you don't know something, you know what? I don't know this, but I'm going to see what I can find out for you. But it's just, don't be like, watch your stance. Like I stand like this, but it's almost like I'm covering, my dick. It's like my dick is too big for you. I just realized that I was like saying like that. I'm like, holy crap. I am doing that, aren't I? But usually I'm just like this. I'm just chill. I'm casual. I'm like, what's up? How's it going? When a woman walks in my place, I'm like, I'm sorry, do you have a penis? I'm just fucking with you. Like I come in and I'm just like, what's up? How's it going? Oh. I've had a guy who was literally like this. Like there was one of our clients, like he would be like, oh. He hugged me like this, like he wouldn't touch me. And I'm like, what the shit is that? And I'm like, I'm sorry, we can't hug anymore. We're only gonna fist pump from now on. And we fist pump, and I did that to him a couple times, and he's like, wait, no, we gotta hug. I challenged him to deal with himself and go, you don't even like touching people, what's wrong with you? Maybe you should think about that. I'm not inappropriately hugging you. It's all love. So it's like, you're taking charge. You're like, I got you. Like, what's up?
In front of with your female clients too.
Mm-hmm.
Did it take them a while to get used to you with that? So they got to it right away?
When I became a massage therapist, you pick up on people's energies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing that you have to be exposed to. You understand what I'm talking about? We invade somebody's space in such a way and we dive into energetics that literally, whether you're energetic or not, you become that person.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel people's energies. So that is why I can do what I do, but when you meet somebody for the first time, you'll be able to kind of tell whether they're uncomfortable or not. You can slowly kind of work into them. Hi, how's it going? I'm Stacey. Wherever you want. You can slowly pick up on a person's energy, and the more you do this, you'll be better at it. You can figure out what they can handle or not, but the whole point is to get them out of their box. So force them to think differently and not to stay stuck in their way. So everything you do comes from an inspirational and a positive and a love standpoint, that you're there to take care of them, and you got them.
But didn't you say you used to be an introvert?
When I was little, yeah.
Oh, when you were little.
When I was little, yeah. Let me give you a very intense backstory about me. This might hurt a few of you. Some of you may maybe have So my father was a piece of shit. I disowned him 10 years ago, this November. He called me a cunt, a bitch, a whore, a slut every day of my life. Took my parents' divorce out on me. Treated me like absolute dog shit. I'd walk into the house and he would be like, I don't think you're my daughter, I think you're somebody else's daughter. For years. I later found out he doesn't even think I'm his daughter. But I did I know that? No. So I was treated like shit from a man who's supposed to show me love, right? So I took that anger, because he couldn't break me. That man couldn't break me. So I turned from an introvert to a go fuck yourself. And powered it out. Took my aggression and turned it into something positive. And so I use it for what I do. And I'm very strong about how I talk to people because I had to grow up defending myself my whole life. So I think what happened to me allows me to be able to help men become better versions of themselves and of men in general. And if they're a douchebag, I would say be a gentleman about being a douchebag. Because women will respect you more. Communication. Communication, okay? It's all you have to do for us to respect you. They're like, wait, my penis was turned on at the wrong spot. The blood was in the wrong spot. Messages. So it's mostly for us, unfortunately, in our industry. But this will happen to you. You'll have somebody who's inappropriate or says something inappropriate while they're on the table getting a facial. These are all people who are getting facials, by the way, who said these things to me. Doing a consultation with an old man. And by the way, when men are old, they're dying. They're disgusting human beings at this point. Their penis overtakes everything. Okay, their brain is like, falling apart, it's crumbling, apoptosis, necrosis, all that stuff. Like, everything's dying. They you just have to tolerate them. It's like your dirty uncle or some weird thing. I've had a couple of old men who just have selective hearing, even twice as much as the regular guy. And you're like, you tell them how to get on the table, which I'll tell you how to get on the table. You tell them how to get on the table. And then you leave, and you come back, and they're laying on top with their purple underwear. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to see your purple underwear. This is disgusting. I'm so happy that you feel like gemstone colored today, but get your ass underneath that sheet. I was like, I'm so happy that you just feel like you just want to be naked and free. But no, that's not why you're here. You go be like that at home. Free yourself. You can just be totally naked at home. Hopefully you don't live with anybody. No. But I did have a man one time who, stand up. I was doing a consultation outside, and he was just like old man, like 70 something. And he was just sitting there, and he goes, are you wearing a bra? And I slapped his hand, and I was like, don't give a shit about what I'm wearing. That's not why you're here. How is your shit composed? Okay then. Exactly. I never worked on him again after that. He went on something I call the shit list. Now, I highly encourage you, every one of you guys today, to go to my Instagram, because I just did a 4-part video series about this one guy who pissed me off the other day. And I'll read you some. This one guy. I never book an appointment without talking to somebody on the phone. Do the same thing. If you can't talk to somebody on the phone, don't book an appointment with them. If they're not real, don't book an appointment with them. You have to be able to talk to them. Okay? This is the only time I ever let this happen, because he actually was not coming in for a facial. He was coming in just for a consultation, and I haven't had that in a while. Usually people come in for a facial and consult at the same time. Older gentleman was complaining about everything through a text message, sending me weird pictures where it looked like he was naked, maybe wearing a pair of shorts, but outside his house or something, but he was naked from Europe, and I was like, okay. He was sending me pictures of his cheeks. He's like, do you wax cheeks? I was like, I don't wax cheeks. I was like, but I can help you figure out where you need to go, what you need to do. Okay, just come in, we'll talk about all this. He's like, yeah, he goes, I've been going to a med spa, and they've been injecting me with filler. I'm like, he's worried about puffy cheeks. And they're like, wait, they've been doing filler, and I have to do a series of filler. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And I was gonna inform him about the schemes of med spas and things like that too, how they just, gotta make money. Well, we'll talk about this in person. I was like, I just sent you the invoice. Make sure you pay it. Send me a thumbs up once you do, and then you're all set for Saturday, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I sent him the invoice, the text response he sent me was, I already paid it. Even though he paid it at that moment. I already paid it. I was like, this guy's fucking weird, okay? And he kept asking me, I'm like, okay, cool. Don't arrive early, just arrive on time. We'll see you Saturday, this time, on the dot, sharp, whatever. What do you mean don't arrive early? Don't arrive early. Period. Sentence complete. Well, that makes me really uncomfortable. You just keep that $40. It's the easiest $40 you've ever made. Yeah, right? What the F, right? This man I would leave him voicemails. He would not pick up the phone, but he would listen to my voicemail. So I left him a voicemail. Matthew, my clients pay for my time, so I don't want you interrupting their time, and vice versa. What same goes for you. So don't arrive early. 5 minutes is fine, before or after. Just don't arrive 30 minutes early, 15 minutes early, 20 minutes early. That's it. I was like, number 2, you called me to help you. You still have a standing appointment. Now if you have the balls to get your ass in, I'd be more than happy to keep that up. We can help you. We'll see you on Saturday at this time. While I was leaving that voicemail, he was leaving me a review on Google, saying that my website must be as full service as it implies, because I told him not to arrive early. I was like, oh, fuck that. Send him a text message. I have something called the shit list at my spot. I have everybody's full name, number, email. When they call, I get all that information. Spell it out. Full name, number, email. Log it. Keep it. Make friends with the police department, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So those people are never allowed in my spot ever again. And or if they piss me off, they owe me this money. They have to pay it. I'll maybe work on them one more time, and then I'll never see them again. I collect what they owe me. But I have something called the shit list or the blacklist, where you piss me off, you're not allowed in my spot ever again. I don't tolerate disrespect towards my crew or myself. The end. You be respectful, you're not allowed. And I've had men come by and bang on my door begging me to take it back. And I'm like, nope. So I sent him a message calling him a self-righteous asshole. Saying, you're officially blacklisted. I don't tolerate disrespect. Blah, blah, blah. Have a nice day. Sunglasses emoji. So he edited his review and put that into his review too. And I own everything that I do. So of course I will say if I did something or not. And if I did something wrong, I'll respond to it and say, I apologize if you had this experience. Let me know what I can do. I can refer you out, blah, blah. So always be honest and sincere. If you messed up, own that you messed up. But if somebody is trying to degrade your business for BS reasons, always defend yourself. Always defend yourself. So my clients got wind of it after I posted this 4-part Instagram video series. Because Google kept taking my review down. I would leave a response, Google kept taking it down.
But leaving his review.
He left his review, I couldn't respond to it. Yeah, I was pissed. I left one review, it was beautiful, I forgot to copy and paste it and save it. I went back, 24 hours later it was gone. I was like, is he doing this? Like, how is this possible? So I went and left another one and I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm gonna leave a 4-part Instagram video series. And everybody was like, and my friend who's a manager of Chop Shop, she's like, I left you a $20 gift card at the register. You just made my fucking day. And my guys got wind of it and went and left reviews and reported him for hate speech, and Google took it down.
Like, very accurate.